What's going on? It's Neighborhood Chris back with another video. You know, something light for the kids. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. You may have heard about the term minimalism in different shows, different documentaries, presentations, or blogs. Minimalism is not about dressing in rags, sacrificing quality over quantity, or even being boring or being a total monk. And it's definitely not about buying your tiny house with your Yankee candle, with your MacBook Pro, with your Etsy furniture and your Peapod deliveries. Or better yet, why don't I get you actual definitions for minimalism? All right. Let's see. Minimalism. The intentional promotion of things we value most and the removal of anything that distracts us from it. I look at minimalism as owning less things and focusing on what adds value. Minimalism is an approach or a mindset, basically applying less is more to all areas of your life. Okay, true. Tell me more. I don't really think that there's one right or wrong answer for how to do this minimalist thing. When I think of minimalism, I think of 3 core principles that you got to include if you're trying to adapt such a lifestyle. And that's decluttering, intentionality, and freedom. Let me explain. When it comes to the first part, decluttering, now this might be the most self-explanatory part of the process, but it's also the hardest for a lot of people. Hey, I'm talking to you. Yes, you. You have something that you haven't worn in your closet in over 6 to 12 months. Do me a favor, get rid of it. Or at least try to. Because chances are, if you haven't worn or used that thing in the last 6 to 12 months, are you really ever going to use it? So I know we spend a lot of our time accumulating nice things and you want to keep things just in case. I'm not here to judge because I'm guilty of these things too. You don't know on how many occasions where I bought either a dress shirt or bought a hoodie thinking that I was saving it for the right occasion, just to find out that occasion never happened, never got to wear that hoodie because it either didn't fit or go out of style. I remember back in middle school, I had this dope hoodie from like TJ Maxx. It was white with the ice cream and the characters. It wasn't baked, but you know, people don't know that. I thought this hoodie was fly. I buy this hoodie, right? And I'm so excited to wear it, but then I think, wait, I can't wear it. It's a white hoodie, I'll get it dirty. All right, now I'm gonna save it for a special occasion. Time to wear the hoodie. I can't wear this hoodie, it's too nice. I'm gonna save it for a different occasion. Fast forward a couple seasons later, still sitting in my closet, still unworn. And then the worst part about it is things go out of style so quickly. I eventually ended up donating that hoodie, but still, man. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is take a second, go into your closet, look at all your articles of clothing and think about that sweater that you bought maybe 3 seasons ago. Ask yourself, does this still fit? Do I still need it? And then see what you can get rid of. And I bet you'll be surprised at how much excess stuff you have. And again, it's not for you to throw away every single thing that you own, but really focus on what exactly you need. It's organizing your space so that you enjoy the feng shui of things. It's having more space. I love having more space. If I could own my ideal home, it would look something like a dojo. I don't think it makes sense to have a container that's full of containers, that's full of containers. With this video, I'm not trying to go into the whole Marie Kondo method of organizing your house. There's like 1,000 videos for that, and I'm just not the one for that. So go check out any of those others. Find out how to tidy your house and declutter your whole entire life away. Space is good, clutter is bad. And letting go is so important on your journey. I mean, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you, that doesn't suit you. There's a lot of things that are just out there that's taking up space and that you really could do without if you gave it a try. Second key principle of minimalism is the intentionality. Okay, this is the part that intrigues me the most about minimalism. For some reason, when we talk about minimalism, a lot of people think about the closet, but it extends way beyond that and even goes into the mindset. But the two can be intertwined, so let's talk about Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs for a minute. When you think of Steve Jobs, a lot of times you think of that black turtleneck or the New Balances, and Mark Zuckerberg was set to wear the same gray shirt for 3 years. You might have noticed that a lot of successful entrepreneurs wear the same type of clothes, and you ever wonder why that is? They do this intentionally, not because they don't have swag or they don't care about looking fly, or maybe they don't care about looking fly, but they do this in an effort to conserve brain power and reduce something called decision fatigue. After making so many calculated decisions over and over and over again throughout the day, there's even studies that show that the quality of your decisions reduce or get worse over time. So basically, your mind can get run down with all the decisions you have to make over the course of a certain day. Things just pile up and things just add up. They simplify their life as much as possible, allowing them to focus on only the essentials. So when I first heard this, I thought this makes a lot of sense, and I could probably benefit from that a lot too, because there's so many times where I turn my room upside down in the morning trying to find the right outfit. Before you know it, you're almost 10 minutes late, all because you were trying to find the right shirt, as opposed to focusing on things that actually matter. So now I go with a more simplified wardrobe. So doing simple things like simplifying your wardrobe can yield dividends when it comes to the productivity of your day and reducing decision fatigue. So if it could work for some average guys like Barack Obama or Steve Jobs, then I could probably try it. I mean, why not? This intentionality with the minimalistic lifestyle, for me, it applies to social media presence too. Everything that glitters ain't gold. There's plenty of ways to use social media to, engage with family and friends, and I've got to reconnect with some old people through Facebook. All of that's cool, but there's also an opportunity for social media to lead towards feeling anxious, feeling depressed, or leaving you with the comparison bug. And a lot of drama. Let's just be real. There could be a lot of drama and a lot of ratchetness on social media. So I'm just really mindful about how I engage in social media. Probably use it mainly for birthdays, reaching out to old friends, and I just mind my business. Don't really comment on other people's posts, but I do love a good Facebook argument. So that sounds bad to say. I probably won't engage you in that fight on social media, but I'll definitely watch. For several years, I guess for several decades at this point, I've chosen not to have an Instagram. I've only had a Facebook and a MySpace. I never downloaded Mi Gente, just so I could free my mind and allow myself to connect and interact more with the people around me. Now, you don't have to go extreme as this, and I'm not saying that Instagram is necessarily a bad thing, but I know that, number one, I probably wasn't cool enough anyway to keep up with everything going on. If it's not on Facebook, then I probably haven't seen it. So I will say I do miss out on some funny videos, but what I feel like I'm gaining is peace of mind. And when it comes to minimalism, it's about less is more, and it's about focusing on what you value most. I don't feel like I'm missing out too much, but who knows, I might make an Instagram, although I'm considering making one for business purposes. So holla at a player or entrepreneur or whatever, but not like you really care about that anyway. So let's talk more about these key principles of minimalism. The key theme, even amongst all of this, is simple. I want to be intentional about how I spend my time, who I spend it with, what I spend it doing. Also, I can live a productive and a fulfilled life. Yeah, so intentionality, trying to eliminate distractions where I can. And the final key principle is freedom. Say it with me, freedom. Freedom from consumer culture or the rat race. Freedom from outside sources telling you the way you have to look, feel, or dress. Let's talk about keeping up with the Joneses. And this is an idea that has been so crazy to me, never made any sense for so many different reasons. Life could be so much better, so much simpler if more people would just stay in their lane and not worry about what the next person had. There are so many reasons why keeping up with the Joneses doesn't make any sense. The Joneses don't care about you. Not Lolo, not Julio, not John Bones, not Jim. Wrong Jim, my guy. Not Jim. People are so focused on what they have going on that they're usually not thinking about your situation. So why does it make sense for you to occupy your mind thinking about them? You can't let people take up time in your mind that don't matter. And we have to be really cautious because we don't know what people went through to get to where they got. We don't know at what price some of these things that they obtained came at. And heck, the Joneses are probably trying to keep up with the Smiths. And the Smiths, we don't even have to go there. Anyway, moral of the story is stay in your own lane. Worry about your situation. Make sure your situation is straight. Don't worry about what the next man has, okay? And I'm talking about freedom from consumer culture. And this is the same culture that tells young black and brown boys and girls of different communities that if you're not wearing the latest J's or don't have the flyest kicks, then that you're lame. If you're not driving a Ferrari or some sort of luxury German automobile, that you haven't made it. The culture that says your pool has to be bigger than your neighbor's. The same culture that says if I don't buy this, then what would the people at home think? Doesn't really matter what community you're part of. I feel like a lot of people have experienced this on one level or another. And I gotta say, it's whack. There are better things to think about. So I'm not in the business of telling people how to spend their money. If you're riding around and you're getting it, more power to you. But what I do have a problem with and won't stand for is watching people go broke trying to look rich. Things can be so much better. It doesn't make sense. And I've seen way too many of my favorite entertainers, I've seen family members go down this route. We got to put a stop to this. We got to stop the madness. We got to stop the capping. We got to be real with what matters to us the most. Focus on ours. Focus on what actually makes us happy. And again, focus on that value piece, because everything we come in with, we're not leaving with. You get what I'm saying? You can't live your life for the next person. If you have things that particularly bring you joy or that you're getting for you, hey, that's fine. You gotta just know your why, know your reasons, and that's not for anybody to judge your taste. But don't, and I repeat, don't go broke trying to look rich. There's no future in your front end. It's not worth it, man. Just because you have enough money to buy something, it doesn't mean that you can afford it. You guys ever have that feeling where being able to purchase something feels almost just as good as buying it? Yeah, it sounds kind of crazy, but I know there's some of you guys out there who know what I'm talking about. So to live like a minimalist, I don't think you have to be Amish, be privileged, or come from a certain background. I can understand how culture, family, and certain values and traditions might make it tough to adopt this minimalistic approach to things. I don't think it has to be a total package or a one-time thing. I don't think it looks the same for anybody either. I think there are parts of this approach that everybody can apply in one way or another. I think all it takes is just being intentional, and with this intentionality, this will lead to freedom in other areas. I don't look at this as like a set of rules I have to abide by, and it shouldn't be something that strains you. Just a way of thinking that frees you and allows you to just focus more on what's most important to you. I must have been a 50s soul singer in a previous life. Everybody around me says I have an old soul. Maybe it's the bald head. In fact, I've been told I look like my grandpa. I can't help my taste. I'm a simple man. Anyhow, some of the things I found with adopting this approach is clarity, better relationships with the people I love, being able to spend more quality time with them, more disposable income, as I'm not driving that Lambo just quite yet. Still not making enough to purchase it twice, but who knows, maybe one day. Definitely not the aim. I might not have a Ferrari, but what I do have is a peace of mind. And that, my friends, is priceless. This guy. All right, there you have it, guys. That's minimalism in a nutshell as described by your guy. Just a reminder, you want to declutter, declutter, declutter. Be intentional. Last but not least, you want to be free. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment down below if there are parts of minimalism that resonate with you, or if you think this is complete BS. See you at the next video. Neighborhood Chris signing off. Peace.